Hey everybody, Godzilla419 here, and bringing you another little Pathfinder tale. I'd like to call this one the ear-piercing puke. Um, it actually kind of runs in with another story that I want to tell, but I'll get to that one some other time. And again, warning, there might be a little bit of spoilers here if you're playing Carrion Crown, because, as you know, most of my stuff is from Carrion Crown, because that's the main game I have been playing for the longest. But what happened was we were investigating this place, and we needed to climb down into this lower level of this place. The staircase was collapsed, and we needed to investigate. We were looking for stuff. And what happened is our alchemist climbed down. I believe we were using my magic rope to climb down. But anyway, he climbs down, and he gets attacked, basically. And if I'm going to tell this, basically what happens is our fighter goes down there, and our rogue goes down there. And I believe I was 4th out of the 5 to go down. And what had happened was there were 4 ghasts down there. And they'd attacked the alchemist, which really sucked because ghasts have this ability with a paralyzing touch. And the thing is, our alchemist is a elf, which they're usually immune to paralyzing effects. Ghasts specifically say elves are not immune. So we all hop down there. The fighter actually manages to, do some damage as soon as he gets down there, because he just slides down the rope and he just starts whacking at these 2 ghasts that are nearby. And I slide down. And another thing that you need to know about ghasts is that they have this, I can't remember what the ability is called, but it's this noxious sort of aura of rotting dead flesh that's around them, because, they're your typical nasty as hell undead. And they have this overpowering stank to them. So I have to roll a fortitude save. I fail my fortitude save, and so the DM's goes, okay, you feel nauseous, you're gonna vomit. And the thing is the really bad thing is when I came down, I was literally right in front of a ghast. I slid down the rope and basically looked up, and there was a ghast there. So what I did was, I was like, okay, I want to cast a spell. I want to cast Ear-Piercing Scream, which is a really good level 1 bard spell. And it gets better and better. Until you get to level 10, it stops getting better. But it does 1d6 damage per 2 levels, minimum 1. And it can daze your opponents if they fail the fortitude save. It'll half damage if they make the fortitude save as well, and they won't be dazed. But I was at, I think, level 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure 5 at that point. So I was doing 2d6 damage. I really regret that I didn't have Ear-Piercing Scream earlier, but I read how it was written and took a different spell. That was an offensive spell, but anyway. So what happens is, my DM's like, okay, you can cast, do you want to cast defensively? And I'm like, of course, I don't want the ghast to hit me. And basically like, well, I believe he told me you're nauseated, so it's going to be even harder. I'm like, okay. Success. I'm so glad that I had taken combat casting. So, basically, the way I see it, I look up Puke. My bard looks up, pukes, and somehow while he's puking, manages to do the proper arcane hand signs and say the proper incantation while puking on this ghast to hit it square in the head with my Ear-Piercing Scream. And Ear-Piercing Screams, it's not like I have to roll to hit. It's I look at something, I cast it, and it makes a fortitude save. It failed the fortitude save, took all the damage, and because it was already weakened by the fighter, its head explodes. I puked while screaming. and blew up a ghast's head. That has got to be the best puke ever. Of course, I did end up getting paralyzed for a few rounds. Luckily, the cleric came down right after me and just started channeling energy, and the fighter was over there just beating crap with his sword and his battle scabbard. But there's more story to this, but I just gotta say that you get crazy stuff like that happening sometimes, and it's wonderful. Because it turns this really bad situation, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna puke on this gas while I'm blowing its head up. Alright, but yeah, just wanted to share that little story with you. Really short. If you got a chuckle out of it, great. If not, sorry. But tickled my fancy, and I figured I'd go ahead and share it. Godzilla 419 signing out.